GolfNewsRI presents the Golf Dudes Podcast. Here are the dudes.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Golf Dudes Podcast on this happy Thursday. Hope everyone's having a great day. And Rich, joining me alongside. How you doing today, buddy boy?
I'm finally getting off the injured reserve. I look outside, the wind's blowing like 30 miles an hour and it's 40 degrees out. What is going on here, Joe? It's killing me. Other than that, I'm good. Ready to watch a little bit of the Mexico Open. We already have an ace on there. Appy Bonrat already made an ace. I forget on what hole. We'll get back to that later. But yeah, I'm going to keep my butt inside, unfortunately, because it's freezing out. And I'm just going to watch some golf all day. How about you?
Well, I don't know if I'll be watching golf all day, but I'll be doing writing. I'll certainly be writing about golf all day. Lots going on. It's been a crazy week. We've had record number of page views already this week, courtesy of high school. So thank you, high school. And lots going on to get to. Lots of breaking news-ish, actually, to get to regarding the PGA Tour and certain players on said PGA Tour, and perhaps not on the PGA Tour. And so
anymore.
we're not really sure where to go with that one, but we'll get to it. And first, we should tell you that the Golf Dudes Podcast is presented by Link Strings. Link Strings is best known for the transfusion in a can. In fact, Link Strings just released 2 new flavors earlier this week, so congratulations to my friend Fred and his company, the front 9 transfusion and the back 9 transfusion. I'm not going to detail all of them. You can read it on our website. We put up a short article to give them some props, and you don't want to miss them. Look for Link Strings at liquor stores and country clubs near you. We'll actually be seeing Link Strings and a whole bunch of other brands as well next week in Plymouth, when Rich and I venture out to Plymouth Country Club to play in the Cape Cod Golf Guys Pilgrimage 2. I played last year, as many of you know. This year, I'm bringing Rich along with me. It's going to be an amazing event, as it always is. Cape Cod Golf Guys do a great job, and tons of brands there, including Link Strings. So we'll have more on that later. Obviously, I'll be doing social media content from there all day, etc. But we'll have more details on that later. But certainly looking forward to seeing everyone, including Link Strings, up there. It's been a crazy week. We do have breaking news-ish. Tiger Woods is reportedly on his way to Southern Hills, or is playing Southern Hills in Ohio right now, which is the home of the PGA Championship this year in a couple weeks. So he's going to Southern Hills. Golf Digest. I admittedly haven't looked at the video yet, or I haven't looked to see if we can get it ourselves. But Golf Digest put up a video of Phil Mickelson practicing. I don't know if he's on a driving range somewhere, or he's on a golf course. It's unclear where that is. Like I said, I haven't even looked at it yet, and I'm not even sure if we can use it ourselves, or else we'll post it within the hour. But if it's a Golf Digest exclusive, I don't want to use it. But if it's a random video of somebody shot, then we can post it.
I'm going to look right now.
So Phil Mickelson was practicing today. Big news regarding both of them this week, as early this week, I believe on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Well, regarding Phil, on Monday, I believe, he signed up for the PGA Championship, the US Open, and he requested leave of absence from the PGA to play in the Live Golf Invitational. More on that in a second. So him and Tiger are both signed up for both these tournaments. Again, it doesn't mean they're necessarily going to play, but they're at least thinking about it. And like I said, Tiger is playing Southern Hills this week or today as a practice round to see if he can walk it or play it, or what the state of his game is. So we know he's playing in the British Open. He signed up for a tournament prior to the British Open, which is a Pro-Am event. And then he's playing today for the PGA Championship. So it looks pretty good. Hopefully he plays in the US Open. I'll be really excited if he plays in the US Open, if he has press credentials.
So golf.com posted a picture of Phil teeing off. I think it looks like a tee box. And it said, trying to figure out if Phil Mickelson's coming back with a beard. So Phil's got the playoff scruff going, it looks like, in this picture.
Is it front? I literally haven't looked at anything yet. So is it a front on picture? Or is that the
no, it's like from the side.
The thing that Golf Digest posted was from the back, and they said they have a video.
From
but I haven't
this is
seen-
from the side, and the caddy's
seen
sitting
anything.
to the right.
So that's all interesting stuff. So interesting news in the world of golf. What do you make of both of those things? Obviously, Phil's
Like we said in the we were messing around in the pre-show for about a half hour. I told you if Tiger was still alive on Monday after the Masters, meaning body wise, then I think he can play. He can pretty much play anywhere. St. Andrews is flat. Southern Hills is flattish. Nothing really compares to the landscape of Augusta. So I'm happy about that. I don't know what to think. This is like when we talked about it a couple weeks ago. He applied to play in the PGA and the US Open. I don't know, but he also applied to play for an exemption in the opening tournament of the season for the Live. So I don't know how that's going to work out. I just don't know. I don't see it's a PGA event, so I don't know. I honestly don't. I don't know what to expect. I don't know how bad Phil screwed himself as far as like with all the comments and stuff like that. We don't know if he took time away or if he was banned, if he was suspended, or I still don't believe that that whole thing about the Masters not saying he couldn't come. I don't believe that at all.
right.
I don't really believe that. I think it was on the hush hush that they like, do not step foot around here. We don't want you here this year.
Right.
Which is kind of crazy for a past winner. But anyways, I don't know how far Phil dug his grave for any of these people. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they're gonna grant. I think they might grant him to play in this Live thing and not let him play on the tour at all this year.
Really? So the funny thing is, though, he is the defending champion of the PGA.
Isn't that?
And it's not the PGA Tour.
read an article.
It's the PGA of America. So
Yeah.
it's different.
Oh, all right. Yeah. My bad. Sorry. That's what I was trying to
You
get
know
at.
what I
I
mean?
got
No,
sidetracked myself.
most people confuse that. Most people think PGA Championship. They think PGA Tour. It's actually not.
I
It's actually the PGA of
sidetracked
America.
myself. I had a brain fart. I believe he's going to play in the Live, the first tournament of the Live. He's going to play in the PGA Championship, but I think the PGA is going to grant him permission to play in the Live. But I don't think he's going to come back. They're going to let him come back this year. It's just I don't know. I have a feeling that he dug himself way too deep with those comments. I don't know.
Yeah, it's certainly a fascinating situation, and we'll get to the Live in a second because they actually while we're at it, let's get to it now. We are going to get some local stuff in a minute, but this is kind of the breaking news at this time. So it's kind of as a news organization, it's our responsibility to lead with it. Live released ticket prices for their events, including the one in Boston, which is in September. $70-$80 for grounds passes. Is that reasonable? Is that crazy?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Is that reasonable? Now, of course,
no, that's pretty good.
We don't know who's playing in said tournament.
That's like if I knew who was playing, I'd buy the tickets today. You know what I mean? I'd be like, all right, if like Bubba was playing and even Poulter and Phil and stuff like that, I'd spend the $80. I'd buy a grounds pass. Because not only are you seeing the golfers, you get to go to a PGA Tour ready site. You get to see a course. For a lot of people, they don't get to either play or go to these events. Especially now, we got screwed out of 2 playoff events, I think, because of COVID and other BS that was going on with the playoffs. So, yeah, I mean, if I knew who was playing, I'd make my decision on buying them. Like I'd spend the $80 and cash my ticket to September. But we don't know who's playing, so $80 is that's about run of the mill,
Yeah, so those tickets are out. We'll have an article up on that on GolfNewsRI.com. Don't buy tickets yet because one, we don't know who's playing, but two, I might look into media credentials for the thing in September. So,
may as well, right?
They probably need coverage. I'm sure they need coverage. At some point. So I'll look into that. So don't jump the gun on that just yet. But yeah, so lots going on in the pro golf world as we just went through. Obviously, the Mexico Open this week is not a great field. I think John Rahm is playing. Maybe he'll get back on the horse after kind of crapping his pants the last few weeks. And I don't think anybody else. There's not too many other notable players. Finau's playing, and a few others. How about Ricky Fowler? How about Ricky Fowler trying to Monday qualify for the U.S. Open?
I know.
That's how far he's fallen.
Let me go through this real quick while we'll just do the show backwards today. Jonathan Bird is in the lead at 6. He missed one fairway on the front 9. He's 6 birdies on the front 9. Absolutely insane. Rahm is tied for second at 4 under. Let's see what else we got. Cameron Champ 2 under. Ricky Barnes. Hello, how you doing? Where you been? At 2 under. My boy Sahith Theegala, my boy who almost won the Waste Management. He's at 2 under. Let me go down. Yeah, like you said, it's kind of few and far between who's playing this week. So give me 1 second. My boy Pat Perez is in there at 1 under with Camilo Villegas. Where you been? Come on. Api Bonrat. He had the ace. He's even through 12. Patrick Reed's in there at even. Come on. You're right. Wow. Rafa Cabarabeo, where you been? He's even. All right, let's just scroll to the bottom of the list to see who's doing the worst. No, that's right. It's early, so everybody's even. But yeah, like you said, we got a whole bunch of other people. We got the other half of the field teeing off after 12 o'clock. So Jonathan Bird leading 6 under through 11 so far.
So there's that. And yes, in case you are wondering, we are taping this podcast. We're trying a new format, so the times don't necessarily will not obviously match up. But we're trying a new format this week to see what works best and see if the Golf Dudes podcast ends up going under a little bit of a rebranding or reconfiguration, whatever you want to call it. So we're trying it this week. It's not necessarily how it's going to be going forward. We're just seeing what it looks like and how it all kind of works. So that's what so in case you're watching this on at night on the regular time, that is what we're doing. So that's some of the PGA Tour stuff. We did the show backwards, like Rich said. I felt like it was necessary to lead with kind of the breaking news in that situation, and so that's kind of what we did. Locally, obviously, there's been a ton going on. High school season is fully underway. Thank you to all the coaches for setting in the scores. I really appreciate it. The problem is they all commit at the same time, so I got like 10 emails at the same time with all different score sheets and everything. So it's kind of nuts, but it's worth it because the things do a lot of action on the interweb. So it's all good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick commercial break here, and then we're going to get into some of the local stuff. The local season is starting in 2 weeks at Kirkbride with the U.S. Open Qualifier. So I know we're both counting down to that, and a bunch of other things going on as well. College golf, the NCAA Tournament is taking shape. A big win for Patrick Welch in Oklahoma, and a few other local things as well. So we're going to take a quick commercial break here, and we'll be right back. This is the Golf Dudes podcast. Billy Andre joins the show. Billy, thanks so much for doing this, and we appreciate you taking the time.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
I'm very excited to be joined by an 11-time Emmy Award winner, and that is Armin Katayan. Massachusetts Women's Amateur Champion Allison Paik.
The days of the country club just being golf and maybe one amenity are gone. Unfortunately, Metacomet doesn't have those.
He has a very rare condition called kyphoscoliotic Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, And at the time of diagnosis, there was only 60 documented cases in the world.
I mean, we legitimately played the last 4 holes at Newport National. You could not see 50 yards.
And welcome back to the Golf News Podcast. Joe Calabro alongside Rich Capali here. We are presented by Linkstrings. Linkstrings is best known for their transfusion in a can. In fact, Linkstrings just released 2 new flavors, the front 9 and back 9 transfusions. So congrats to them. We put a short article up on it earlier this week to give them some love. And you don't want to miss these 2 flavors. They now have 3 total flavors, of course, the regular transfusion and then the back 9 and front 9. You do not necessarily have to drink them in that order. You can drink the back 9 on the front 9 and the front 9 on the back 9. Or you just
and then you can have the regular transfusion in the clubhouse. There you go.
Yeah, you just drink all at the same time, actually. So look for Linkstrings at liquor stores and country clubs near you. And we look forward to seeing Linkstrings and other brands as well on Monday in Cape Cod at Plymouth. Plymouth Rock. There's no truth to the rumor that our t-shirts will land on Plymouth Rock. So there's that.
If I don't get out in practice soon, they might land up on Plymouth Rock.
Yeah. With the wind that's going to be there, you never know where the ball's going to go.
Jeez, right?
So as we teased before the break, high school stuff is in full swing. Coach has been sending me scores every night. There's a couple matches today, and so we'll obviously have those scores up for you. So thanks to all the coaches for that. Had a great story earlier this week on St. Ray's and the outpouring of support for them. And actually, people have reached out and said they're going to try to donate shirts and hats for the team and stuff because they don't obviously have it. So congrats to, so it's been a huge thing for them, and obviously it was a great story for us, and I was excited to do it. So check that out on GolfNewsRI.com, and then I think the link is posted on our Instagram page as well. I'm getting pretty good at these Instagram stories, I have to say. It's working pretty well. The only thing that's weird is that it lasts 24 hours. So you have to actually think about when some of them.
Yeah.
You have to think about when you put it up. Because you know what I mean? So like sometimes I'll post something at like 1 a.m. just because I know it's going to end 1 a.m. the following day.
Afternoon.
Yeah.
The following day.
And I literally only want that story to be up for that day because after that it's old. It doesn't make sense. So and I wish they would change it so that way the most recent story would be first. Because now it just, you know what I mean?
People got to cycle through the old one. Yeah.
It goes backwards, which is kind of odd. But anyway, I don't run Instagram, so but that's just my suggestion. It's just weird that they do it that way. It would be much better from a news standpoint if the most recent story went first and then you just have the older stories in the back, but that's not how it works. Anyway, so next week will be a fun week. It's just a kind of next week, the big thing next week is the NCAA tournament for golf. As we talked about, Patrick Welch in Oklahoma won the Big 12 championship yesterday. Patrick finished in 9th. He was 4 under after the front 9, and then he made 2 bogeys coming in to finish 2 under for the tournament. But he was on a roll on the front 9, and so he finished in 9th. Oklahoma won it, so they'll be obviously the top seed in the NCAA tournament, which the brackets come out on May 4th, Star Wars Day, as some people call it. Notre Dame and Louisville, Davis Chatfield for Notre Dame and Andrew Leary for Notre Dame, Chris Francoeur for Louisville. Notre Dame will be in because they're number 12 in the country. They should be in. Louisville is kind of on the bubble, so it'll be interesting to see where they go. Locally, Bryant starts the NEC tournament today, and URI starts the A10 tournament tomorrow, both down in Florida. URI has a legitimate chance to win the A10 tournament, so maybe we'll have a local team in the NCAA championship. Now, keep in mind, if one of them wins it, as an individual, they can play the NCAA tournament as an individual.
So
that's also something to keep in mind as well.
Let me stop you real quick. Per Shams Charania, Chris Middleton is out for the whole second series because of his MCL sprain. Wowza. That is a huge break for the Celtics. Wow.
Advantage Celtics game 1 of that series is on Sunday.
All right. Nice. Sorry,
Game 1 on Sunday.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's fine. Game 1 on Sunday and game 2 I'll be going to on Tuesday night. We're hoping that it's closer to 8 o'clock than 7 o'clock, just for traveling purposes.
Yeah, right.
But who knows? So I have to say the NBA playoffs have been amazing so far. I know,
I don't
everyone
like
gets on them,
basketball.
and
They're pretty good.
I generally do too, but most of the games have been amazing so far. I know there's been a couple blowouts, but that's going to happen. The games have been pretty intriguing. So even last night's Warriors game, I was up until like 1 a.m. watching that. I was like, and the Warriors were, and everyone thought the Warriors were going to blow them out. The Warriors were down 10 in the fourth quarter, and Steph Curry brought them all the way back, and they ended up winning. So the NBA
It's just
playoffs have been
ridiculous.
fascinating so far. I've really enjoyed them, and obviously next week the NHL playoffs start, and so we're looking forward to that too. I'm looking for see if I go to any Rangers games, and we'll see what their schedule is first, but maybe we'll get out to a game. So yeah, so lots going on in the sports world, a fun time of year, including for us, it's golf season. With the golf season starting, next week is a basic week as far as local stuff go, but then the week after that is going to be absolutely insane. We have the Bishop Hendricken Invitational, which is a high school tournament at Warwick Country Club. Some of the top teams in the state and in the region are coming down to play. Hendricken invites all these big prep schools from like Boston and other places to come and play. And they have obviously LaSalle and Moses Brown all playing. So Max Jackson and Kyle Eaton and Harry Dessel, who, by the way, congrats to Harry Dessel. I think, did we talk about this last week? He committed to a D1 college to play golf.
I don't remember.
At Lafayette. So just another Rhode Islander playing D1 golf. And also a quick shout out to our girl, Allison Paik, who we'll always be friends with. And I still talk to her every once in a while. Not as much as obviously we used to, because she's been busy, but she was named second team All Ivy League, finishing her sophomore year at Columbia. So congrats to Allison on that. She's already going to be a junior, which is crazy. Remember when we
Is she really?
Yes, she's going to be a junior next year. Imagine that.
Oh, that's right. We talked to her when she was a freshman.
She was our first guest. We had her on before she even went to Columbia. Remember that?
That's right. Yeah.
So yeah. So time flies when you're having fun. Now she's going into her junior year. She just finished her sophomore season of college golf. So congrats to her on doing that. She had a good showing at the Ivy League championship. So congrats to her. But for us, the local season, competitive season starts next week, or not next week, but the week after that at Kirkberry Country Club at the US Open Qualifier. According to the USGA's website, there are 90 players signed up for the tournament, and there are 5 spots available. So good luck.
Seems like a good percentage, eh?
So now again, the people that win, whoever qualifies doesn't go to the US Open. They have to go to a sectional qualifier, and then they have to win that and go
Imagine
to
that.
the US Open. So it's quite a road, obviously. And I know we touched on this a little bit last week, but I was talking to John O'Clair, who's of course a 12-time Kirkberry Club champion and one of the top amateurs in the state. And he said somebody's probably going to shoot 63, and that's probably going to be the lead score to get you in. So, there's going to be 4 other scores that have to go from there. Plus, if there's a freaking playoff, to decide the last spot, like a 5-for-1 playoff or something stupid. So next Tuesday, May 10th, we'll be there. I'll be there. It's going to be an all-day event, literally, into the early evening, I would guess.
What day is that? Is that a Tuesday?
Yeah, it's a Tuesday. Tee times probably start at like 8 a.m. and there's probably
even early. I'd probably even earlier than that.
So it's going to be an all-day event. I mean, at least the good news is it's at Kirkberry, and it's like my home, my home away from home. So at least there's that. But that's going to be crazy. So we'll have coverage of that, obviously, and we'll try to figure out the best way to. I got to figure out the best way to do it, but we'll worry about that when we get there. And then May 12th is the U.S. Women's Open Qualifier at Worcester Country Club, right down the road. Kylie Eaton's playing in that. Gianna Papa's playing in that. I think Allison might have signed up for that. I'm not really sure. But a few people playing that. And then people playing US Open qualifiers all over the country. So we got to keep that in mind too. But that's pretty exciting. We did apply for press credentials for the US Open. I haven't heard back yet, but I think the deadline to apply was like June 1st. So it feels like it's going to be a while before they decide. But who knows? So anyway, lots of local stuff going on, all kinds of crap going on. The season is starting. It's obviously been busy. We have tons of things in the works, tons of projects in the works. Also, a quick shout out. I'm kind of all over the place here, but also a quick shout out to our guy Bob Harrig. His book Tiger and Phil was just released the other day in bookstores and online everywhere. So pick that up. I actually have to go pick it up myself. But congrats to him on the release of his book. And I think we had the last interview with him before he left ESPN. So there's that. So then like a month later, he was at Sports Illustrated. I was like, oh, so interesting.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, his tag changed. I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
what just
Yeah.
happened?
So I was like, oh, that's interesting. So anyway, that's that. So Mr. Rich, any of that plethora of events going on, is any of that catch your eye? I don't know if you're going to be there, but I know you were excited for the US Open qualifier.
Oh, yeah.
At Kirkbride.
I'm actually looking at some pictures of Plymouth Country Club right now.
Oh, Jesus.
Because I've never been there before. It looks dope. I'm excited. I really hope it's not going to be windy. I don't mind if it's a little. I don't mind if it's going to be a little chilly, but just please do not be windy.
It's very nice. Well, the good news is though. The good news is, which I just thought of this past week, was when I played last year, we played in the morning, and then
we're playing in the afternoon, right?
We're playing in the afternoon this year.
So that's good. It'll be warmest.
It might be better. It might be a little bit better than last year. Was freezing. I wouldn't say freezing. It wasn't freezing. It was a little bit
water.
chilly.
You're on the island, so it's like.
But this year we're playing in the afternoon, so it should be a little bit better anyway. So at least there's that. Anyway.
No, the qualifier at Kirkbride, that's going to be insane. 90 for 5 spots. That's just absolutely insane. Good luck to you. Unfortunately, I can't make it. Tuesday's the day that I work. I go back to work on Tuesday. So, good luck to all my fellow Kirkbride friends that are playing in it. And good luck to you, because that's going to be one hell of a day. It's probably going to be like a 7 a.m. to like 7. It's probably going to be a 12-hour shift you're going to pull. So yeah, good. I'm excited about that. I'm just excited to I'm actually kind of excited to go back to work. Now I can play golf. The weather's hopefully going to warm up next week. It looks like it's going to stay steady in the 60s for a high next week. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for Monday. Monday's going to be awesome. I'm just excited to get the warm weather rolling and my usual summertime shenanigans going.
Absolutely. It's going to be cold this week. It's supposed to be nice Sunday. Sunday looks like the turning point.
Sunday looks like the hop over. Yeah.
The breaking point. Unfortunately, our opening day at Kirkbride is on Saturday, and it's going to be cold, at least in the morning. At least in the morning. So
you got to borrow the heater from the heater and the thing from the boys.
Yeah. Thankfully, I still have the hand warmers in my bag from our November adventure. So maybe
I might pick up a couple myself just in case.
Yeah, so there's that. And also, speaking of Kirkbride, shout out to our friend Doug for a hole-in-one on the 12th
yes,
hole.
Sir.
Excuse me, on the 17th hole. That's a pretty impressive hole-in-one.
I mean, nine's
kind of like an easy hole-in-one. 4 is doable. 17 is an impressive hole-in-one. That's not easy. I don't know where the
four's like a wedge or a 9 from the back. That's an easy hole.
I don't know where the pin was on 17, obviously, but that's an impressive hole-in-one on 17.
I think it looked like from the picture that he posted, it looked like the pin was almost dead in the middle, but it was like point towards the front a little bit. So I mean, either way, that green is tough. That's a what do you say? 206, or something like that. I think of all the times I play there, and I play there a lot, I think I've hit that green once. I'm always either I always push it to the right, or I'm short, or it's crazy. And that 206, that's a 3-iron for me. I mean, I can hit my 3-iron 200. So that's just a tough pin. Congrats. Yeah, definitely congrats. Apparently his son Dom had a hole-in-one at Kirkbride too. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of a little bit of a, it was on the same hole too. I didn't realize that. That's crazy.
Not at the same time, but on the same hole.
Yeah. No, that's cool. That's some good father-son stuff there.
Yeah. So that's kind of the deal with that. Obviously, lots going on. Again, we'll have content throughout the week. We'll track this Tiger situation, track this Phil thing. Again, I'm gonna look and see if there's some sort of video that somebody posted. Golf Digest said there was a video, and if we can use it, then I'll bet it. If I can't, then I won't. But so there's.
I haven't seen anything in the last about. I went through about 15 or 20 minutes of tweets, and that's the picture's the only one I saw from golf.com.
Interesting. Well, whatever. Anyways, if there's a video that we can use, then I'll try to see if I can find it. Golf Digest, I thought said there was a video, but maybe I misread it. Anyways, so that's kind of what's going on. I know how's the King doing? King's Crossing.
Good. Shout out to Chris Lucier. He's playing in the
today
at the where's he playing? TPC Potomac.
Yeah, the Bright Spot Challenge was a big special Olympics thing. Yeah. It's a big thing for him. I haven't seen him on Facebook lately. Usually he comes up as a messenger. I don't know if he's gotten rid of his Facebook.
Yeah. No, I went down to see the boys Sunday. Yeah, I went down to see the boys Sunday to have a beer, and he was there. We were talking about the tournament and stuff like that. But yeah, from what I saw from the first hole, it's getting into shape. The problem is the grass ain't growing because it's freezing out. So it's like all the rain that we've been getting the past like 2 or 3 weeks is for nothing because the grass isn't growing. So it's like, but yeah, like you said, Sunday. Hopefully this is the Saturday into Sunday is the turning of the tides. It's supposed to be in the high of 60s next week. So hopefully we'll get rid of this awful weather. And my dad's going to Florida on Saturday, so he's getting out of the crap weather, hopefully coming back to warm weather the following week. So,
and he's leaving your ass behind.
Yeah. No, I had some other obligations that I had to do. So next year, absolutely for sure. I hate passing that up.
You just were on injured reserve for the last month. It's hard to tell your boss. Oh, now I'm going to Florida, by the way.
Yeah, right. It's like, oh, by the way, I'm supposed to come back on the 2nd, but I'll be in Florida. Sorry. Yeah, that's not a good look. So, yeah. So, but yeah, shout out to them. They're playing my favorite course, Duran. They're going back to the PGA Village. They're playing the Wanamaker course this time. I told my dad to send me some video and or pictures. So yeah,
well, definitely send pictures so we can post them. I'll post them on Instagram and we'll tag them like we did last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm most jealous about is, I mean, obviously Durant, that's my favorite public course, but that village last year, man, that place, it was fantastic. You could like legitimately eat off the fairways. They were so pristine. You could putt on the fairways, you could putt on it was crazy. I love that place.
Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty fun. So hopefully he'll send us pictures and I'll post them on Instagram, or maybe even send us a course review. You never know. Anyways, so yeah, as we go on and on forever here, it's the danger of taping these things. But that's all right. Hey, Barstool does like 3-hour podcasts, so
right.
They just sit there all day. They also have like guests and stuff on it. But anyway, we have some guests hopefully coming up in the coming weeks. And now that the season is kind of getting started, and more people are kind of coming out of the woodwork, so that would be exciting. So anyway, thanks everybody for checking out the Golf Dudes podcast, and we hope you have a great Thursday and a great weekend of hopefully some golf.
Remember what we were talking about the Patriots draft pick? So Mike Reese just put up, it says, for your planning purposes, estimated time of the Patriots assigned pick at number 21 is 10:50 p.m.
Yeah. And at 10:45 p.m. you'll hear the Patriots have traded the 21st overall pick for 3 7s and a 6th. So
Jesus, I'm kind of glad I'm not in the truck today because that's all they're probably talking about on both stations. Ugh.
Thankfully, there's going to be some great NBA games on, and I'm sure I know the Bruins are playing too. So
Bruins are playing. I think the Red Sox are playing, we're on shaky ground. They had a good game last night, but they're not looking good so far. But yeah, there's other stuff to watch tonight, which is nice.
Yes. So don't watch the NFL draft. It's boring. The Patriots are trading out the pick, I'm sure.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know who's supposed to go first round this year. That's how not in tune I am with everything.
Yeah, I don't pay it. When I used to cover the NFL draft, it used to suck. I used to hate it. But at least the Patriots were like good. So it was like interesting. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it was actually like fun because it was. Yeah. I was kind of covering kind of the middle to the end of the second half dynasty.
Yeah.
But now it's like pointless. So like I always said, I used to get into the NBA draft because I used to know a lot of the kids from covering college basketball. NFL draft, I got nothing. I got nothing for you.
Dude, it's so long. It's
yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah, it takes forever. But either way, I'll watch it. I guess some of it anyway. But anyway, thanks very much for tuning in. A lot of content coming up the rest of the weekend, and well, it is only noontime, so the rest of the day today from when we're taping this.
right.
I have a lot of writing to get back to. It's been writing all day, all week. So, but it's been fun. It's just been a lot. So, thanks everyone for tuning in, and we will talk to you next week again. If you are watching this on tonight on Coalition Radio on Thursday night, we did tape it. We are trying something new. This is not necessarily the format going forward, but we're at least testing it, seeing what we're doing. This doesn't mean we're not going to do live stuff. We'll still do some live shows, some various events. I'm sure I'll do a live thing from the US Open Qualifier at Kirkbride, probably multiple live things and stuff. So this is not necessarily the end of our live content. We're still going to do plenty of live content throughout the season. As you know, we're together a lot throughout the course of the golf season. So we might just sit and bang out a podcast on a random Monday. You never know. You never know. We're bored. So
Lots of PGA. Lots of PGA content on a Monday.
Yeah, lots of PGA content on a Monday.
Yes.
Lots of content everywhere on a Monday, usually, especially during the season. So, anyway, we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for tuning in, and hope you all have a great weekend. Peace. 3, 2, 1.
All right, I'm gonna get off for a little bit.